Okay, we're good. Hello and welcome to another video by the Casual NFL Fan, same name on Twitter. Anyways, Jags edges. Hope they're pretty good. I think that's pretty fair to say. Anyways, there's some, let's say, questions about them. Less about Josh Hines Allen and more about Travon Walker, who was a former first overall pick. And I get that he was in the same draft class as Aiden Hutchinson. Won't get into him too much, but I think a lot of people underrate Travon Walker just because his numbers aren't too crazy. But I think people don't understand, especially when you compare him to like an Aiden Hutchinson, is how they're used. Which, when you have one really good edge you can build your pass rush around versus having two, like, of course, one dude is going to have better stats when he doesn't have any competition for certain roles and getting two-way goes and more opportunities to just get a rush going, which we'll see a lot of. So yeah, let's look at their win rates. First is Josh Hines Allen. So it was a little disappointing. I think with him, I kind of give him more leeway on some reps, like considered wins, and it still feels kind of low. Didn't get chipped or outside releases that affected his rush too often. Some unblocked plays. I think a lot of his, I don't know, the production's weird. Like, I don't understand where it comes from. Which I'll explain all these stats right now too, but it's, I don't know, it feels kind of a little fake. Which, yeah. Travon Walker, a little better, I'd say. And so, yeah. But even for both of these players, it kind of depended on the game. There's some games where Josh Hines Allen feasted, some where Travon Walker feasted, which we'll see with clips and stuff. Anyway, so looking more at win percentage, because I think win percentage is a little less subjective. It's never going to be fully objective. You could try like with tracking data and certain like criteria, but it's going to be missing a lot of context. So with the last previous projects, I didn't feel like I really explained it too well, what I'm looking for and what all of these mean and why. But anyways, more so just looking at basic win rates. How good are you at beating the tackle in front of you? It's not looking at the quality of the tackle, which I more say during these clips and all that stuff. But yeah, win rates a lot less objective, because with pressures, not every pressure is the same and doesn't affect every QB the same. There's some it's like, all right, this is a clear pressure no matter the QB. But some it's like, if you just watch like Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes, there's some pressures where it's like, I don't understand how this isn't affecting you, but it would affect a worse QB even more. And you can have times where you don't win a rush, but you can still get pressured. Or you could win a rush and not get pressured, especially if you win a bit late, or if the pressure, the QB just doesn't see it or feel it. So you have instances like that, and I feel like pressures just get way too subjective on what you could call a pressure. It's what I think is kind of the issue with Josh Hines Allen, because a lot of the pressures I could kind of see, it just feels like it's missing context. And so even with like win rates, like from ESPN or maybe PFF2, one of it's like time based and tracking data based, where it's like 2.5 seconds, but it doesn't account for the drop of a QB. Because if the QB's run a quick game or a 3-step drop and the ball doesn't come out by the time it should come out, usually the tackle will make a pass blocking choice that kind of reflects the play call. Like if it's a quick game, you could jump set and just win quickly. And sure, you might lose quicker, but you're expecting the ball to be out by that time. So stuff like that, I don't give those wins to the edges. I'm more looking at, all right, looking at the drop back, maybe a hitch and a half is what I would consider a win if you beat the tackle, versus just like, oh, it's a quick game and the QB holds onto the ball and you eventually turn a corner, even if it's under 2.5 seconds. If it's like QB just holding the ball and and that's why the tackle loses. I'm not gonna give it to the edge. That's more on the QB. So I'm trying to separate that type of stuff because with a lot of stats, it misses a lot of context, and I'm trying to give more context to all of it. I hope that pop-up didn't have. Nah, whatever. I'm trying to give more context to a lot of stats, which, yeah, issue with analytics and all that stuff. No context, and it kind of gathers everything together. So I'm trying to separate everything. So, like here, for example, you have two types of winning, where you're given one-on-ones, where it's just you and the tackle, no interference, or two-way goes. So I only count the two-way goes where there's not heavy interference. If there's an outside release by the running back, I wouldn't count it, or I'll count it for like that one-on-one, two-way go. If it's like, okay, it doesn't really impact the rush too much. If you get chipped and they're trying to set up a two-way go for you, I'll just count it as teeing off. Just because you are trying to tee off and get a rush in, but you're impacted and it changes up your approach to how you're rushing. So that's kind of one of the separations. And also in teeing off, it's like if you see a pass rushing situation and the edge is just going full speed, even if she's just containing or working one gap, count it more as teeing off. You can see them trying to get a rush. And the different types of stunts and stuff you see in blitzes are like looping, where if you're running a stunt, you have one guy that's crashing into an O-lineman, one guy that's working around the space that he creates. So you have that looper and then that crasher or pick man, and you can get wins off of that. And then slanting, where usually happens on the blitz, where if you're just slanting over a gap and you're not really working a stunt, just more movement stuff. And then the two types of containing, pushing the pocket, which the Jags edges did a lot. And you can kind of see with some reps, like there's clearly one edge trying to win and get a rush in, and the other one's just containing. And so that kind of impacts their stats a lot and their win rates. Or if they're just straight up containing, holding one gap. And you could see it if it's like an RPO or early down. I mean, not RPO, but play action or early down, where if on the backside, if they get like a hinge block or a pass set, they can still rush and get a rush in. But if it's not a true passing down or passing situation, I'll still count as more of playing and holding one gap, because they're just a pure C gap rusher, but it's more of a neutral situation. So they're not really like going with the mindset of I'm gonna tee off and get a pass rush going. It's just more like, all right, I'm just working one gap, and if I see a pass set, I could go. And how much times they're dropped in the coverage. So I separated screens because whatever you do, your rush doesn't matter. RPOs, same thing. Whatever you do, your rush doesn't matter. And if you're playing the run action, so this is stuff like boots where they might leave you unblocked. I didn't count that for unblocked, that's separate. But if boots or nakeds or rollouts, whatever leaves you unblocked, you can't really get a rush in. It's part of the scheme and all that stuff. So I separated those out. And also like times where you're playing the run action first, because there's times you could play the run action and transition to a pass rush quickly, and I count that more as containing. But if you're just playing the run action and whatever you do can affect the QB, like if he rolls out way too far and you're on the opposite side, like I'm not gonna count that as your rush. Like you can't do anything about it, you're just part of the run action. So separated those plays, and so with those plays separated, if you dropped in the coverage, I counted it here to say like, okay, this is how the team uses you and how often you win depending on your role that you're asked to do. Which I'll bring up Travon Walker's again. Heck yeah. And then you have chips and outside releases. So times you get a tight end chipping you, running back chipping you, or if they're both releasing outside, and it sort of impacts your rush. So one thing I'll say is the one-on-ones, two-way goes, and the teeing off, those sections should be really accurate. There's gonna be some human error. It's me just watching these videos late at night while I'm on break at work, stuff like that. So there's bound to be some human error. More with the containing, might have double counted or under counted a couple of reps. Like I doubt it's gonna be too crazy of an error. Same thing with the screens, RPOs, or playing run action. Like maybe I double counted it, which it doesn't really impact the win rate, so who cares? And for the unblock, that's more like if an O lineman just like lets you go or like if you're mugging up the line, have 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, and then you just get through unblocked. That's not the offense wanting you unblocked. It's just happen. So I'm not counting that, those type of plays. And then times you get pancaked or chipped to hell, just times you get punked, basically. And so with Josh Hines Allen, his overall win percentage was 11.5%. As containing wise, like when he pushed the pocket, I mean, he won a couple times. Was really good as a pick man and crasher. Kind of didn't really expect that. And the win rates when he was given chances to tee off or one-on-ones or two-way goals were kind of low. And this is going to get into a different type of idea, which I'll get into in a bit. I was kind of disappointed. Thought he would be winning more. And he feasted off of, let's say, worse technical competition. So, yeah, that was kind of expected. He's more of a technical winner, so him feasting on dudes with worse technique makes sense. Whereas with Travon Walker, he is a legit athlete. I mean, he was a first overall pick for a reason. Like, he's an elite athlete. And so he was able just to win more by just being bigger, stronger, and faster than even like good tackles. And he was able just to force more wins, even if the technique wasn't there. So for him, it was like, I think the best way to describe it is like, maybe I'll draw with EpiPen. I'll say in a bit, but jeez. But his win rate seemed kind of like more flat. Like even if it was against a worse player, he'd win at the same rate as like him versus a good player, just because he was more forcing wins versus winning more technically, which he's a lot better at that stuff. But with Josh Hines Allen, if a player is much better technically, he can't really force wins as well, just because he doesn't have that elite athleticism. So anyways, Travon Walker, about 13.5%, got a lot of wins as a contained player, got a lot of, let's say, like wins or whatever as a looper on stunts, none as a crasher. Free reps, he looked really good as a crasher and freed up other guys, but never really got any quote-unquote wins on his own from crashing, which that was really surprising. And then didn't get as much one-on-ones or two-way goals as Josh Hines Allen, but you could kind of tell in some games they like rolled a hot hand. Like whoever was just playing better in the first half or winning more, they just set up more matches for them, and they played sides. So Josh Hines Allen always lined up over the left tackle, Walker over the right tackle, and so whoever was doing better in the second half, you can see him get more one-on-ones and two-way goals and more opportunities to get a rush in. And I felt like teams kind of, I'd say more teams treated Walker as a better rusher overall, which that was surprising as well. And then more of the move sets, like Josh Hines Allen used a lot of cross chops, a lot of bull rushes too, which makes sense. Like, so for cross chops, you kind of want a threat of power to make it more effective, and a lot of chops. That's just where you straight up just chop and rip, or just chop the arm down. Travon Walker, more double swipes, bull rushes, stab clubs, stuff like that. Chop rips as well. And then so here's some of their grades for their skill sets. So blue, elite; green, good; yellow, solid; orange, fine enough for NFL level; and the red's either not NFL level or not that great. Not going to explain all the players, but for Travon Walker and Josh Hines Allen, more for the pass rushing, which let me just, whoa, do something like that. Okay, so more for the pass rushing. Yeah, force winning, technical winning, two types of winning. Technical winning's more hand fighting and beating the tackle mistakes, doing a lot of setups, hezzies, double swipes, cross chops, spins, stuff like that, where it's not super athleticism based, it's more technique based. And then force winning is more of you just being an athlete, and it still can be technical, like stuff like bull rushes where you're just driving a dude back. And like bull rushes, it could be a bit more technical, where if the tackle is giving you a soft set, giving up his chest, you could just run through him, and like anyone could run through him if he's giving you that, if you're athletic enough. Or if you're like Travon Walker, you could just bull rush a dude who's anchoring down, doing everything he can to prepare for the bull rush, and he still gets driven back. Like, there's nothing he could do. Like, Travon Walker's forcing him in a bad position. Or if you're just like super fast and you're forcing tackles to overset, and they can work inside off of it or turn into a speed of power, bull rush them too, and stuff like that, where you're more forcing a tackle in a bad position versus working off of their mistakes. And so force winning's more important because it's harder to stop. Even if you're better technically, you can't out technique a guy that's a better athlete than you all the time. At some point, something's got to give. Whereas for technical winning, if you're a good enough technical player, technical tackle, you could just win a lot of your reps if the other guy just can't really force wins. And you'll see that a lot. And of course on stunts, Travon Walker's really good at it. Makes sense. Same thing with pushing the pocket. Josh Hines Allen is pretty solid at it too. There's a lot of nice reps with bull rushes, but a lot of it's more technical versus him just being a good bull rusher. And they contain Travon Walker legit as a contained player. Alright. So now I could do that. Do this. Oh, cool. Alright, now let's go. Hopefully not making too much noise. Could have time steps, but anyways. Travon Armstead, Josh Hines Allen. So he's working towards him, giving him a threat of power. He stops his feet, double punches, bull rushes through him, works inside. Pretty nice rep here against Travon Armstead. This is what made him retire. I don't think I counted this one as a win. Just because, yeah, he gets pressure, but Armstead's in a good position. So a lot of things with tackles is this kind of idea. I should have let it play, but if you're setting up a one-on-one here between these dudes and you try to hold a guard over, so he blocks here, you know, these two dudes blocking here, he's blocking out here, setting up this one-on-one where he wins, or you're trying to get him to win. For a lot of pockets, everyone just thinks it has to be like a perfect U, but it doesn't have to be, because if he works inside and you down block him, now your QB can roll out and have a lot of room to throw him. Whereas if he's trying to throw inside the pocket, you have some opportunities where the D-line can get their hands up or like muddy the middle of the field and your vision, and do a lot of stuff like that. So a play like this where you could say he's getting pressure, I wouldn't really want to call it a win. Like, that's fine, because now Tua could do this, but you get issues where you might get holds, or if the DT is containing really well, you can see the QB rolling out and then just get off and follow him. Oh, I forgot to go full screen. Heck yeah. I think this is supposed to be a stunt because he loops inside. It could be a me stunt. So what a me stunt is more like you're a 3 tech working on the outside shoulder. He loops inside, usually on like 3rd and longs and stuff, where if he rolls out, gets scrambles, gets some yards, who cares? Like, you're fine with it. You're just trying to force a punt. Anyways, heard a weird skip. Hopefully nothing bad happened. But I don't know. I don't know what happens here. Let me just make sure. Is it this button? Oh. Okay. And then Travon Walker in the backside, trying to hit a double swipe, misses. Just gets punked, whatever. I forget how to use this. Okay. And make sure everything's good, everything looks good. Yeah, just heard a weird skip. Kind of scared me a bit. Okay. So empty, 33s. So they'll do some things where they would like stump both DTs, and then both edges would push the pocket or bull rush, trying to contain the QB inside. Or both DTs would hold the guards, and they'll give both edges one-on-ones. So let's see which one happens here. Oh, it's a 3-man rush. Oh, jeez. I think I gave wins of both of them. This is tough for Josh Hines Allen. Like, he wants to hit a cross chop. You know he wants to hit a cross chop. He's working towards him, wants him to double punch, plants his foot at the jab step, but sees like, okay, he's not double punching, he's only opening up the inside. Ideally, the DT here, the 3-tech's gonna hold the guard long enough to where I can work inside now. Boom. And then, yeah, this dude just pancakes him. Like, what are you gonna do? And this is what I mean with force winning. Like, oh, cool. You're gonna try whatever you're doing. He double punches, chest to chest, in a horrible position for the edge rusher. But it's like, I'm just gonna get underneath you and just pancake you. Like, what are you gonna do? That's him just forcing a win. Like, that's crazy. Okay. Oh. I think this is, let's see. Hitch. Yeah, I think this one I counted it not as a win just because of QB. Like, the ball should be out by now. He's just dumb. I might have been lenient with Josh Hines Allen. A lot of these like iffy reps, I probably gave it to Josh Hines Allen versus Travon Walker. I didn't give him any iffy reps. So, good example of a tight end or a running back. So you can't really work upfield right away because there's a running back in the way. So we would just run into him, which that would kill your rush if you just run into a dude. So he works inside, jab step, and then works outside. Hits him with the club, just works through. And then with the way the depth is and the way the tackle's blocking him, he's more expecting the ball to be out now, which is why he's blocking like that, trying to jump set him right away and drive him upfield. Because like here, like he jump sets him, but now he's able to drive him more upfield. And then here, Travon Walker, you can kind of tell like who's trying to rush right here, who's rushing, who's containing. Like there's two guys clearly containing, and one guy clearly rushing. Like clear as day. So Travon Walker in the backside, just pushing the pocket, containing, because you know this he's gonna want to run and work. Tries to work inside at the end. Josh Hines Allen, nice. This one's a win for sure. And so this happens a lot too. So he's oversetting, afraid of him working outside, winning outside, trying to get a quick win. Misses with his inside hand. Josh Hines Allen's inside his chest plate. He's able just to drive him back and just work inside. So nice work by him. Oh yeah, this dude's such a good looper. He's just not like, he just moves so nice. Like that's the best way to describe it. He's such a nice mover. He's not the most like agile or type of player, so that could happen, but the looping part, great. Josh Hines Allen supposed to contain him. No. That's a hold, but whatever. You don't get that. And now he keeps jump setting, so it's like, okay, if you're gonna jump set, this 3-tech's gonna contain. If I work inside, let me just club and swim inside. Boom. Just easy. Travon Walker. Like, so the one Jones, it's hard to drive him back or bull rush him or use any power against him because he's fat. Like, look how big he is. This dude's massive. So he's faking the double swipe. He doesn't punch his hand, so he can't really double swipe nothing. So it's like, alright, double swipe, bull rush, boom. Like, that's a nice play. That's him forcing wins with power. Like, whatever. This is a weird play. Like, I count it as a win for him, but like, I don't know why he's still caught up. I think Spencer Brown's holding him a bit in his chest plate, like right here. So I just gave it to Travon Walker, but you could say he should have gone off of it. Look at him looping. So I gave this one to him too because I'm trying to separate all the context of the play. So like 95 just gets killed here. Like he gets pushed into him. There should be a QB hit or even a sack, but it gets ruined by something else. It's not really his fault. And this is one of those examples of, you can say this is a win, but it's not really a pressure. Like Josh Allen, I mean, getting him mixed up. Josh Allen's fine here. He doesn't see it, doesn't really feel this pressure, more feeling the pressure from the middle. It's why he's stepping back more. And it's like, alright, throw the ball out, survive for another down. And for Dion Dawkins, like, he's kind of fine here. Okay. Jeez. Like, okay. Let's see what Josh Hines Allen does. Same thing where you have a tight end. You don't know if he's going to chip you or release outside. He's releasing outside. It's going to impact the rush a bit. Jab step inside. Tackle knows, alright, I can jump set, try to win quickly. Outside hand punch, tries to knock it away. Resets, drive him upfield. Boom. Like, what is this, Travon Walker? It's like, cool, outside release. Slows down the rush a bit. He starts leaning into him. Get that double punch, just chop it down. Like, look at this position. How are you able just to run through this, turn the corner, boom. Kind of on Spencer Brown for trying to drive him up the field and not. Same thing here. It's like, alright, Travon Walker, double swipe. Doesn't hit anything, but because he's so fast and strong, he's able to run through this contact. Like, this tackle's trying to drive him upfield as best as he can, but he's running through this contact, misses his double swipe, and still almost gets there. Like, these are examples of like forcing wins. Like, it doesn't matter if you miss or do some whack stuff or get in whack positions, you can just force your way into getting wins and getting to the quarterback. Josh Hines Allen, nice bull rush. And you get stuff like that. Like, he's soft setting, working upfield and then working towards him. Kind of almost trips a bit there, but doesn't. Might have gave this one as a win. And then yeah, so he's crashing inside, being the pick man, trying to free up 95. A lot of, yeah, the running back gets smoked there. Kind of congested there, but whatever, still kind of gave it to him. And then Travon Walker gets chipped. Now he's even with them, double swipe, trying to work through. Still a pretty nice rep, but yeah, clearly not a win. Oh, Blake Fisher. Yeah, so good example of technical mismatches of rookie. This is like the 4th game. Alright. This is where Josh Hines Allen feast. Like, why are you double punching here? This dude loves his cross chop and chops. Double punch, stops his feet. Cross chop, you chop both of his hands. And a club either like his tricep and pull him through, or the back of his shoulders. Gets more of his tricep, able to turn a corner, gets a Stroud, doing a whack stunt on this side, whatever. Sheesh. Look at Josh Hines Allen go as a crasher. Nice. And then Travon Walker on the backside is more containing. He's trying to get there, but yeah. Alright. Easy money for Josh Hines Allen. So they're trying to set up a one-on-one with them. Like, you know, you have a rookie tackle that's in the game, in like his 4th game, who hasn't played much yet. Overload this side, work across, have your DTs work across, so you get a lot of space on this one-on-one. Just keep cross chopping him. He's just not gonna learn from his mistakes. And like, to say technical winning doesn't mean like, oh, you don't do anything to force the tackle in bad positions. It's just more like you're not forcing it with athleticism, or more like forcing traits like speed, power, stuff like that. You can still like kind of like get tackles in bad positions with technique, like jab steps, hezzies, all that type of stuff. It's just not really like forcing elements, because if the tackle doesn't get in a bad position because of it, you know, like you can't force win through it. But if he's a youngin, he's not that great technically yet, getting used to NFL athletes and technique himself, that's gonna happen. Shot's good. I think I counted this one as a win because, like, yeah, I don't know why he's faking the double swipe from so far away. Like, what are you doing, man? Just double swiping air, getting a bull rush, getting that knockback and extension, and then just pulling them through, snatching them through. Because I'm counting more of the end of your drop and then one hitch, which he would have gotten there. I don't know if I counted this one, but still, it's like, this is Tunsil now. Stab forklift, just driving him back into the QB. Tunsil just does just enough. And you just get goofy reps like this, like, oh cool, he's gonna try to dip underneath you. And Tunsil's doing everything he can to drive him upfield, and look at this. Like, he doesn't get driven upfield at all. Like, he's running through this contact. Like, this is just crazy. To be this strong, to be this powerful with the lower body. Crazy stuff. Josh Hines Allen, like, misses his cross chop. Cool. Travon Walker, yeah, just whatever. Oh, jeez. Travon Walker's so good. Like, look at this. Like, what could he do with this? So they're faking the run action. So power trap, whatever. Not paying attention. Giving him a soft set on his heels. Just run through him. Work inside. Just too easy. Nice. Like, same thing. So because he's working upfield, now the stack was trying to overset to match with his speed, opening his shoulders, and now you can just run through him. Boom. Like, what are you gonna do in this position? Getting a hand on the QB. Nice. Like, what are you gonna do here? You have a running back releasing outside to slow him down. He takes a jab step inside, bull rushes you. There's not really much to say. Like, this dude's good. He's a good pass rusher. Don't let people lie to you about it. And then now, yeah, trying to do a bit too much. Stab club. It's like, all right, I know you're gonna double punch now because you're afraid of my power. So I'm gonna get a stab in, force you to double punch, and I'm gonna club you down and then swim or rip through, and it just kind of misses. And then now he gets him. Faking the run action, setting deep. But it's like 2nd and 10 or whatever. Like, they're still trying to get a rush in. Josh Hines Allen just trying to rip through him. This is how the stab club's supposed to work. Get the stab in, force him to double punch because you're making contact. Club his outside arm. Just turn a corner. That dude was not having a good day. He's just such a good looper. Like, they're setting this up for him. And then dropping Josh Hines Allen back in coverage. Alright. The Bears. Which is a nice work from both of them. But kind of the same thing. We could kind of see, like, alright, who's really trying to win here? Like, Josh Hines Allen doing some stuff, some hezzies, getting to a bull rush. And then Walker just bull rushing through him. Like, he pretty much gets there. It's just, yeah. OT recovers just enough for this, but still, like, this is Darnell Wright. Like he's doing this against Darnell Wright. I believe it's Braden Smith on the last one. Spencer Brown. Just guys like that, like, good players. Laramie Tunsil a bit, where he's able just to force wins and do things that, let's just say, like 10 edges can do at most. Like, doing stuff that a majority of players can't, just because he's that athletic and that much of an athlete. This is a good bull rush by Josh Hines Allen. I count this as a win because we pushed a tackle into the QB. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just count it as a win for him. But another example, like I was way more lenient with Josh Hines Allen. Like plays like this, I'll give him as a win. Walker, and not so much. Have a higher standard for him. Yeah, so play action, playing the run first, transitioning to a pass rush by bull rushing and then working inside. But one thing that makes Walker so nice is because he's such a elite athlete. As he's containing, if he wins late or works off late, if the QB scrambling around, he's just able to chase him down or end up getting like late pressure. Looping rep by Josh Hines Allen. Nice, nice. I mean, this one's a win. Like, he beats this dude. It just sucks that the guard sees. Because, like, the DC's trying to hold the guard long enough by doing a little shimmy. Just to hold him long enough for Josh Hines Allen to win and get to QB, but that's a good play by the guard. Sheesh. Like, not much to say. This dude's good. Nice to see him smile. And as a looper, like, come on. Oh yeah, then Josh Hines Allen on the inside. Look at him go. Setting up matchups, double swipe, boom, rip, boom. And same thing, like, you could clearly tell who's trying to get a rush, who they're setting up a rush for, and then who's containing. Like, he's not really trying to win. He's trying to add a QB, making sure he doesn't scramble out. And that's what really impacts their stats, is because one guy might contain while the other guy gets a rush in. And that's gonna just impact their stats a lot. Okay, cross chop here. Nice. Good play from Josh Hines Allen. He's just such a good technical winner. And then Travon Walker, not even rushing, just containing, pushing the pocket here, because they're running a stunt. So he's working the upfield shoulder. He's just pushing the pocket or condensing the pocket while eyeing the QB, making sure it doesn't scramble. And yeah, gets hands to the face though, which is kind of whack. Like, here's a nice crashing rep. Like, that's just so violent, man. Like, let him be more of a crasher. And a nice bull working inside for Josh Hines Allen. Easy peasy. Oh, look at Travon Walker go. Hitting with the cross chop against Zach Tom. PFF All-Pro, PFF #1 right tackle. Okay. Against PFF's #1 right tackle, against their #1 player in the league, Zach Tom. But like, this dude's impacting his rush, the tight end's impacting it, taking a jab step, trying to work a cross chop or whatever. Alright, cool. Now he's trying to drive you upfield, so let me just get underneath you and just use a hump move. Boom. Where did Josh Hines Allen come from? Oh, he's a crasher here, and yeah, nice. There's a lot of plays where both of them just like get a good rush in, which that's cool. I don't know why I included this one. I think this is more of an example of like, alright, working a cross chop. Like, he's in a good position to where he should be winning, but if the offensive tackle is able just to recover enough, like, he can't really do anything to force a win after. Like, it's a nice cross chop. Could do better, but like, it's not like he could really run through some of this contact. At this position, Travon Walker could run through this a bit better. But that's the difference between, like, what, the 15th overall pick versus 1st overall pick. Oh yeah, he's kind of doing some goofy stuff here. Bull rush, trying to stab club. Like, don't think too much, Travon. Ooh. I think I counted this one as an unblocked rep. Because, like, yeah, he's looping inside, but no one's really blocking him. It's just more like, because yeah, like, if you loop inside and sometimes the O-lineman doesn't pick you up, I might have gave it to him, honestly. This one's just kind of goofy. Anyways, Travon Walker against Lane Johnson. Like, he just shrugs him inside. It's another nice rep. Another rep for the Sewell and Lane Johnson debate. Who is this? Of course. Hit him with the stab club. That's unfair. Oh. Missed the beginning of this, but like, look at this. This dude's in a weird position. Lane Johnson recovers at the end, but still. It takes an elite tackle to like recover from weird positions. And then Josh Hines Allen, stab club, driving this dude all the way back to the QB. Like, so much examples of just both edges just doing nice things. Oh, this dude trips. Like, he steps on his foot here. So kind of as a win though, like, just don't trip then. And then yeah, this dude's containing, clearly containing for Walker. Really nice bull rush. Like, this dude's bull rush is so nice. Oh, does he get stepped? No. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, there's not much you could do. You just have to like gain 200 pounds to not get blown back like that. Yeah, and just it's like, oh cool. He's jump setting you, making contact, and you're just running through it like nothing. Cool. Very normal. Very normal. Travon Walker, double swipe, ripping through. Yeah. This is kind of on Penei Sewell being a bit dumb, but like if you're giving him this much space, double punch, hits him with a double swipe. He just gets just enough. That's so frustrating. Like, I feel like one of these DTs should be working over at this point. But like, it's Penei Sewell. I mean, to be fair, Sewell's kind of like has weird losses in pass pro. I forget if I counted this one as a win. I think I might have, just because it's kind of like a late one. Maybe not. I used to have stuff like this, like, oh cool, he forklift flare hands with stumbling on words. Jump setting, pass pro, he's on the backside, just knocks your hands away, get driven back, then you kind of do this little oof, kind of like a little double swipe or whatever, knock both hands away, stepping through this contact, running around them, almost getting the goff. Just have so much reps like that. It's like no one else could do that, and then both of them just bull rushing these dudes into oblivion. Nice. Looks so much more violent with Travon Walker though, because Tunsil's not in a bad position here. Like, he's trying to get underneath them and drive them upfield, whereas for 71 here, yeah, he cannot recover. There's nothing he can do about that. And then Walker trying to, it's like, okay, bull rushed you, knocked into the QB, now let me do a stab club. Completely misses. He's just so goofy sometimes, but same thing. Like, who's rushing here? Like, who's rushing here? There's one dude that's trying to rush and trying to win. Alright, 3-man. Oh, they bring a blitz here. And same thing with technical winning. You have JC Latham, a rookie. Yeah, he's big. He can recover well by just being stronger and bigger than you. But if you're good enough technically, when he double punches or does his outside hand punch, and you just cross chop it, it's easy money. I think this is the first Tennessee game. Hope I'm not taking too long. Yeah, like, they chip Travon Walker a lot, which is kind of annoying. Hits him with a cross chop though. Like, I counted it as a win. I just think he sees this, so he's like, okay, let me just run around you to not blow both of our knees out. And then Josh Hines Allen, like, he's trying to fake the punch, Just cross chops him. Easy. These edges are so good, man. This is so fun. It's like, what is this from Travon Walker? Like, he completely misses. Like, oh cool, sets wide. Trying to hit him with a cross chop in this weird ass position. Grabbing the back of his helmet. It's like, oh cool, let me just pull you through and just get to the QB. That's nice by Rodgers though. And then this dude, yeah. Another thing that kind of impacts their stats, so they kind of late, but like if there's tight ends or a running back outside, sometimes they wouldn't really like get a rush in. They would almost like reroute the tight end or the running back and then contain. So like you're not really rushing there, you're more containing. They has to do that quite a bit. I don't think it counted as a win for him because it was way too far, but still, hit him with the stab club, hits it now. And in the second half of the season, Travon Walker was a lot more consistent with his hand fighting, which is kind of a scary sight to see. That's why they're kind of given. It felt like it was more. They gave Travon Walker more opportunities to get a rush, depending on the game. Yeah, that's tough for this rookie. Just hezing, doesn't know where he's gonna go. Gets parallel to the sideline. Okay, I'm just gonna work inside. Oh. Like, this is nice by Rodgers. I don't know how he feels this, but he does. Just hits him with a chop. He's just faster than them. Oh. Like, I don't even know what this dude's doing. Get a tight end outside, working upfield, flashing your hands. He just runs around him. Like, because he flashes his hands, gets him to stop his feet, get in this weird ass position, and just runs around him. Like, it's just too easy. Josh Hines Allen trying to do a double swipe. Like, he's getting driven upfield. Like, that's not a winning position. Oh. Yeah, he just went too hard. He was trying to do a stab club, but because the tackle knocks his stab hand down, he just gets dropped. But that's what happens a lot when you use power moves. Because if you're using power moves to contain, and you're not really trying to drive them back, if you're kind of even holding your hands out, it's easy for the tackle to snatch you down or to like knock your hands down and for you to fall over. Like, and then he chases him too. Like, this is insane athleticism. That's all you can say there. This is just an insane athlete. Stab forklift, and then you pull his arm through him. Work around them. That dude's so insane, man. Like, look at that. Cool. It's like gonna give him a soft set, open up your chest. He's just gonna run through you and push into the QB. Trying to work a cross chop here for Josh Hines Allen. Does work inside. Gets to the QB as well. Like a nice bull here, but same thing, ball should be out. Travon Walker, whatever. Oh, I say ball should be out. I think the tackle's blocking. Just based off of that, of how he's blocking. Like, this might be like quick game or something. It takes like a weird, I don't know. Like, he just looks weird doing this. But bit of a bull rush, working inside. Might not be the tackle's fault. Might be on the QB, but whatever. Travon Walker, like, this is how strong he is. Just dipping underneath, just running through this, like, cool. And now, you know, this is always funny. It's like, okay, Josh Hines Allen won like twice the same way. It's like, alright, bull rush. He's gonna give it inside and just work inside. Cool. That's so mean, man. Just bullying that dude. Like, cool. Just Yeah, clubs the back of your shoulder. Gets around. Nice. Don't think I counted this one, but like he's containing here, getting that extension. It's like, okay, I'm at QB depth now. Let me just win now. Kind of the same thing here, like getting off, getting a boorish, getting that extension, eyeing the QB. Sees, alright, I'm at QB depth basically. So now let me just snatch you down and swim over. And now he's trying to get a like now he's trying to get a Russian boar rush work inside. Just makes it look so easy. Oh, in this game, Josh Hines was hurt. Nice. Okay, let me see if I remember how to use this. 50 minutes. Not bad. Not bad on time, but I think you can kind of see how these stats were acclimated. But yeah, I mean, Josh Hines Allen, really good cross chop, really good technically. Not to say he's like, oh, only wins technically, just more like he's more of a technical winner. And he can't really force wins at a high level like Travon Walker can. He's a beast. And so I think if you watch this far, I think if you give like both players these oh, what am I doing here? Okay, so if you give both players like the one-on-ones and two-way goes and teeing off of the other player, and they're at the same rate, I think both go up pretty significantly. Like Josh Hines Allen would be at like 14 or 15%. Travon Walker would be at like 16%, 17%. And yeah, so next year it's gonna be interesting because I know Josh Hines Allen was playing at like 280, so that kind of impacted them a bit. And I wonder how next year would go because you still have two really great edges. So it's like, who are you gonna build your pass rush around more? Because last season felt a little even. It was more like depending on the game. So I wonder if this year would be more Travon Walker. I'd assume so. Maybe it'll still be kind of even. I mean, we'll see. But it's a good problem to have when you have two legit edges. And this is even factoring in like Travon Walker in the run game because that dude's a beast. So yeah, yeah. Typical Jags fans. This is the greed they talk about in the Bible. And they have two nice wide receivers too, and Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. Crazy. Anyways, all their movesets, Josh Hines Allen, cross chop king, Walker, double swipe, and power, blood. And yeah, he kind of showed some of this, like Josh Hines Allen, he's solid at every role you ask of him, but he's a good technical winner. And then Travon Walker, really good force winner. Technique, it's getting better. I wouldn't say it's super consistent when he's trying to get a rush in. He does some goofy stuff, but he still wins because he's just that good of an athlete. Looper, he's really good. Crasher can be really great. Just didn't really ask him to. Pocket pushing is really elite. Really good contain player. So yeah, I think I explained everything. So we'll bid farewell. Hope you enjoyed. And shout out Pinky, wherever you are. So yeah, peace. Bye.